Hello and welcome to Castle Combe in the beautiful Wiltshire countryside for round 7 and 8 of TCR UK. Now the circuit is based on the original perimeter track of a World War II airfield, and racing began here back in 1950. But this is the first time a major national touring car championship has ever raced here. Fast flowing corners and short runoffs are the name of the game, making a rather unique challenge. But what's it like behind the wheel? We thought we'd find out from a driver who knows the circuit pretty well. Here's Carl Swift.
Okay, I'm Carl Swift. I'm going to take you on a flying lap of Castle Combe in the Cupra TCR number 45. So past the start-finish line, into Folly, flat out, pulling 5th just before the kink, all the way down here in 5th, just coming up to Avon Rise, leave the braking as late as you can, down 2 gears into 3rd, carry as much speed through quarry as you can, but not taking too much that you can't get an exit, up to 4th, down to the S's, big braking zone, down a gear, through the S's, in 3rd, pull 4th gear just before the right hand kink, and then we're back up all the way through 4th, into 5th, and braking down into tower, heavy braking zone, 2 gears down, again carrying as much speed as you can without taking too much out of your exit, staying in 3rd, down into bobbies, taking as much speed out as possible, down the Dean Straight, up to 5th briefly, and back down to 4th for Camp Corner, carrying as much speed through as you possibly can to get the run down the big long straight. And there's a lap of Castle Combe in a TCR car.
Qualifying from race 1, of course, based on the fastest lap times from the qualifying session. And before we get underway with race 1 though, I caught up with our pole sitter. Well, Ollie, the first ever driver other than Dan Lloyd to get a qualification pole position. Well done.
I'm over the moon, a little bit surprised, didn't quite expect it, but just when I saw the delta on the dash that I was just going up and up, I just thought, come on, don't screw this up. So it was really important just to rein it in and not try and overdrive it and throw it all away. Yeah, very pleased that came over the line to be pole.
Well, we're all ready for race 1 here from Castle Combe, so straight over to our race commentator.
Here we are at Castle Combe, rounds 7 and 8 of the championship, and we do not have Dan Lloyd on pole position. Phenomenal session yesterday saw Ollie Taylor take the pole position by 3/1000ths of a second over Dan Lloyd, the runaway championship leader. So it's Taylor and Lloyd row 1, with the pair of Beckman together, brother and sister, on row 2, and Lewis Kent in the Hyundai is 5th ahead of Finley Crocker in the second of the Civics. Carl Swift and Stuart Lyons, the pair of Maximum Motorsport Cupra TCR cars, make up the 4th row. Again, they were very evenly matched yesterday. Darryl Wilson, unfortunately, we're not going to see today. He had an off in qualifying yesterday, clipped the tyres off the bobbies, broke the steering rack, and they haven't been able to get a replacement in time, unfortunately. So the green DW Racing Vauxhall Astra will not be out there. The red lights go on, they go out. Now we're away and racing at Castle Combe. It's a good start by Ollie Taylor, and Andreas Beckman goes into 2nd place immediately. Andreas Beckman ahead of Dan Lloyd, who gets swamped. Dan Lloyd going backwards. What's going on with the championship leader? Lewis Kent and Finley Crocker alongside as well, but Dan Lloyd in all sorts of trouble. Ollie Taylor leads up the hill. Andreas Beckman goes 2nd. They're 3 abreast for 3rd place though. Kent on the inside, Lloyd on the outside, Crocker pinched in the middle. Do they all come out the other side? Oh no! Finley Crocker's off. Jess Beckman's in the tyres as well. Stuart Lyons is tangled in all of that too. That is such a shame. Finley Crocker out surely, and Jessica Beckman, she was in the tyre wall as well. Taylor leads though, Andreas Beckman 2nd, Kent is on the grass in 3rd, Dan Lloyd there in 4th, Carl Swift is 5th. What a dramatic start to the race. Ollie Taylor though has got the job done, he's got the start, and he's trying to pull away, side by side for 3rd place. Dan Lloyd to the outside of Lewis Kent, down towards Tower Corner, goes right around the outside. Lewis won't like that, he's going to try and keep his footing on the inside line, still alongside down towards Bobbies. He's got the inside for the entrance to the chicane, and Lewis Kent should go back through, which he does. Dan Lloyd sideways though. The car does not look happy in the early stages of this race. What is going on with our championship leader? What a dramatic start to the race. We've got tyres and grass and cars all over the place up at the top of the hill. Finley Crocker's car is in the recticel barrier. That shouldn't have done too much damage though. So here's a replay of the start. Finley Crocker, he got a really good start. Then he went in between Jess and Lewis. but Dan just didn't go anywhere, and Andreas was ahead of him immediately, and then Dan got caught up in all of this going on behind. You can see there he's got Finley in the middle and Lewis on the inside, and Jessica Beckman is the Volkswagen behind, so somehow she and Finley Crocker end up in the tyre wall. And, well, Jess exited stage right, and then Finley appears from the left on the inside of the road. And clearly Stuart Lyons was involved. You can see there's a bit of damage to the front left corner of his Cupra. But I'm still none the wiser as to how that all started, really. Very bizarre indeed, a real shame. But there you go. That has all kicked off right from the word go. So here we go, race restart underway. Ollie Taylor is your race leader. Andreas Beckman in second place, Lewis Kent is in third, and Dan Lloyd in fourth place. There is Lewis Kent looking for his second podium in as many race meetings. Remember, he had a podium in race 1 at Brands Hatch. He'd like to do it again here. He'd like to get a second place if he could, though. He's really attacking Andreas as they go up towards Quarry this time around. He needs to be careful not to open the door for Dan Lloyd, though. They'll all be watching Dan Lloyd. Remember that this weekend is the first weekend all season where the full compensation ballast has been added. 60 kilos of compensation weight has been added to all 3 of the West Coast Racing VWs because of their performances thus far this season. None of the other cars so far, at least, have been given any compensation weight. Now, because of the quirks of the balanced performance, they regain about 10 kilos of that through BOP, but it's a net gain of 50 kilos over the competition for the VWs. So Ollie Taylor will be looking to try and benefit from that. So too will Lewis Kent, one of the lighter cars on the grid. The Cupra has also had a bit of weight shedding going on, so the Golf, in theory, should be pegged back, and that seems to be the case. This has freed up Andreas Beckman now, and I wonder whether Beckman is a bit quicker maybe than the leader this time. Oh, Lewis Kent wide open, Dan Lloyd's up the inside, he's going to go through into third place here, surely. Yeah, Dan Lloyd made that look easy. He forced the mistake out of Lewis Kent, and there really wasn't anything Lewis could do about that. He just understeered wide at the apex, ran out onto the grass, and through goes Dan Lloyd. Dan Lloyd sets the fastest lap. And Dan is in the slipstream up the hill towards Quarry Corner. Beckman will have to defend the inside line, but this will be telling. If he doesn't defend the inside line, then maybe that tells us he's not going to make it too difficult for Dan. He certainly didn't defend, he runs out wide, that makes it easy for Dan, definitely. Who gets up the inside of him. Beckman gets good traction off the corner though, side by side down towards the S's, and Dan Lloyd surely is about to move through into second place here. It was the mistake from Beckman, just like it was a mistake from Lewis Kent, and Dan Lloyd applies the pressure and reaps the rewards, moves through into second position. We've got Lewis Kent all over the grass again in the background in fourth place, but Dan is in second place, so we'll watch with interest. The gap at the line between Taylor and Beckman was 1.1 seconds. It's gone out, I think, as a result of that side-by-side racing. And then into Tower Corner, and Swift again. Look, that car does not look happy, does it, as he turns into the right-hander. Derek Palmer looks quicker here. And wants his first top 5 of the season. Team have had a top 5 earlier on in the year, but not for Derek or Rob. Carl Swift had to defend the inside line. Derek Palmer getting with Anstey to get through now. You can see that he's quicker. Now, the car suddenly seemed to slow then, and oh no, it's not picked up pace either, just as he was getting into the fight with Carl Swift, and the car has slowed down. This is it then, battle joined for the race victory. Ollie looking for his first of the season, Dan looking for his 7th of the season. You know who you put your money on usually, but Ollie Taylor is a real fighter. He is really starting to feel the pressure now though. And Dan Lloyd, by the end of this lap, could be within half a second of the race leader. 4.25 minutes to go, and the gap officially is half a second. He's with him now. Dan Lloyd in the slipstream, heading up through the right-hand kick there at Folly, then the left-hander over the crest is Avon Rise. Oh, and Ollie Taylor on the grass. Oh, Ollie Taylor sideways. What was he doing? Trying to take the optimum line through Avon Rise. Gets all out of shape, though, and Dan Lloyd is right there with him. Now, Ollie, of course, will have dirt on his tyres as well, and now Dan knows this is his best opportunity to attack. Down towards the S's. He can't really overtake here, though, but Ollie, well, is that dirt on his tyres going to hurt him through the left-hander? He really slows the pace down. He's going to have to defend all the way to the flag now, down through the right-hander at Old Paddock Bend and in towards Hammerdown. And Ollie, well, he's got a couple of car lengths. He's got his breath back as well, I think, crucially. Ollie Taylor down into Tower Corner. Can he become the first new winner in TCR UK? Jessica Beckman has stopped. She's stopped on circuit at Old Paddock Bend. Come on, Jess, get it out of the way. We want to see a grandstand finish to this race, and a grandstand finish we could be about to get, because Dan Lloyd is not letting Ollie Taylor get away. The leaders are about to come through and start what will be their final lap, and has Dan Lloyd settled for second place? I doubt it. He's certainly still on it. Across the line they go, 3/10 separate them as we go on to the final lap of race number 1 here at Castle Combe. Dan Lloyd is doing everything he can to take this race lead away from Ollie Taylor, who could be on the brink of taking his first win of the season, but Dan Lloyd is right with him and goes up the inside line. Oh, there's contact between the two of them. Ollie Taylor slides out wide and Dan Lloyd takes the race lead away. Ollie Taylor will be furious with that. They're still wheel to wheel down towards the S's. He tries to turn in, but Lloyd's got it. Dan Lloyd goes through. There's going to be more contact, surely. Oh, Taylor's on the grass. Lloyd's out wide as well. And Dan Lloyd goes through into the race lead in robust fashion. There will be a conversation about that post-race, I'm sure. On the final lap of the race, Dan Lloyd has done it. That answered my question, I suppose. No way was he going to settle for second place. He wanted the race win, and Dan Lloyd is now just a few corners away from taking the checkered flag and completing this 7-race winning streak. But that is provisional, and I'm fairly sure Ollie Taylor will have something to say about that. Down to the final corner they go. Dan Lloyd is sensationally going to win. What a grandstand finish to the race that was. Andreas Beckman comes home in 3rd. Lewis Kent will come home in 4th position. That's not quite his best result of the season. That was a dramatic final lap.
Yeah, obviously a late lunge. For me it was fair, I left a gap, had my car up the inside, typical touring car move. That's what happens in touring cars, you can't leave a tiny gap. So, but yeah, that was hard work, kicking myself for the mistakes I made at the start, but glad I clawed it back.
It's not really supposed to be a contact sport. There's a little bit of nudging and there's a little bit of budging, but when you literally barge someone out of the way to take the lead on the last lap, don't really think it's on, to be honest.
Well, race 1 done and dusted. Join us after the break for race 2 and that reverse grid. Welcome back to Castle Combe. We had race 1 before the break and we're now heading to race 2. The car's already out on track. Race 2, all about the reverse grid, with the faster cars from qualifying starting further back and action guaranteed from the off. Here's confirmation of the grid.
Daryl Wilson was due to start on pole position. We know that he's not racing today. So Lloyd from Swift, your front row of the grid. VW from Cupra TCR on the front row. Lewis Kent in the Hyundai is 3rd. Jessica Beckman in 4th. She made her presence known at the start of race 1. Hopefully keeps it clean this time. Ollie Taylor, race 1 winner, provisionally at least, is 5th on the grid alongside Andreas Beckman. The other big news that we've had is that we've had a reversal of the result. You may remember that we had that contact between Ollie Taylor and Dan Lloyd on the final lap. Dan got through, rather robust fashion, took the race victory. Well, he's been given a 1-second time penalty, which drops him back behind Ollie Taylor. So Ollie Taylor inherits the race victory. The grid is set. Round number 8 of the championship about to get underway. Good start made by Carl Swift from the outside of row number 1. He's going to try and pull up alongside Dan Lloyd on the run up towards the first corner. Lloyd again, not particularly rapid away, and Carl Swift is well and truly going with him. Look at that, the Cooper had the better start, gets his nose ahead as they rush up the hill towards Avon Rise. He's got the inside line for the left-hand kick, then that's the outside for Quarry. Who's bravest on the brakes? Is it Swift or Lloyd? They're still side by side. Lloyd slithers back through though. Lloyd holds on to the race lead. Swift will slot in line in 2nd, Lewis Kent 3rd, and Ollie Taylor up to 4th already. He's gained 1 position then, and is already on the back of the leading group. So Lloyd leads the way, Swift in 2nd, and is Swift going to become the cork in the bottle here for Kent and Taylor to get through, or can Swift go with Dan Lloyd? Would suggest he maybe won't have quite Dan Lloyd's pace, but let's see what he can do. Lewis Kent is applying the pressure as they rush down towards Tower for the first time of asking. Ollie Taylor in behind him, and it looks like Andreas Beckman's had a good start, just ahead of Derek Palmer and the rest as they turn through Tower Corner for the first time. Dan Lloyd not sprinting away here, just trying to manage the tyres. I'd imagine even from this early stage of the race, the damage you do to the tyres on the first few laps of the race can come back and bite you later on in the race. Down towards the final corner they come then. It is going to be Dan Lloyd that leads the way. It's Carl Swift in 2nd place, it's 3rd place Lewis Kent, 4th Ollie Taylor, 5th Andreas Beckman, 6th Derek Palmer. Dan Lloyd is going, he's pulling away from everybody at this stage of the race. He's bottling up behind Carl Swift, who's got some damage. Now it looks to me like he's clipped those tyres again at one of the chicanes. He did that in morning warm-up yesterday and was looking not to damage the car. It's the same corner that he's damaged. I haven't seen him hit anyone else, so I can only assume he's whacked one of the tyre stacks on the inside of a chicane. Lewis Kent can feel that he's quicker and he really wants to repeat that podium from last time out at Brands Hatch. Further back, Derek Palmer there ducking out of line, trying to get up the inside of one of the Beckmans, Andreas again, I think it was, or maybe even defending from Stuart Lyons actually as he went into the S's. Stuart there, you can see still tagged on the back of the building. Remarkably close though, isn't it? As Ollie Taylor, this time he's done it, surely. Ollie Taylor alongside Lewis Kent, inside line down towards Tower. He's tried this move the previous 2 laps. This time he's through, he's into second position. So Ollie Taylor into the podium places. Can he get past Carl Swift? Well, you would imagine that he can, but then can he do anything about Dan Lloyd? That perhaps is a little bit more doubtful. Here's the move. He just got the better run through Old Paddock Bend and got up the inside of Lewis Kent. Whether Lewis got held up by Carl, I'm not too sure. But Taylor moves through into third place. A squeaky clean move. That's what we like to see. Ollie Taylor looking to try and move his way ahead as soon as possible. Swift still defending though, and look how it's holding everybody up. Lewis Kent is coming back at Ollie Taylor now. He's up the inside as they come through the right-hander. Oh, he's all 4 wheels on the grass. Contact. Lewis Kent heads off to the right-hand side. He was almost in the maize field. He drops in behind Jessica Beckman. That was contact between Taylor and Kent. Kent was all over the grass trying to make the move stick, and there just wasn't room for the 2 of them. Towards Tower, can Taylor get up the inside of Swift? He's a bit further back this time, but Carl still defended. Maybe that Taylor had made him think that he wasn't close enough to attack. He gets a much better exit from the turn. Again, Swift's going to defend, and it all starts to bunch up again. Phenomenal racing this is for second place. Dan Lloyd has escaped up the road, but it's anyone's guess for the lower podium positions at the moment as we inch towards 1/3 race distance. Got Andreas Beckman now trying to get involved as well. Lewis Kent is on the outside of Jessica in towards Camp. You can't go around the outside here, Lewis. Oh, no one's told him that, though. Clearly he goes right round the outside. Somehow stays on the road, but Jessica Beckman's going to hold on. I think Andreas is on the inside of him now as well. Ollie Taylor going for second place is alongside Carl Swift, outside line towards Quarry. There goes Andreas Beckman alongside Lewis Kent further back as well. But can Ollie Taylor move through into second place? I think he might have done it. Yes, Ollie Taylor into P2, Swift down to third, and further back Lewis Kent has now fallen behind both of the Beckman siblings. He might even lose another place to Derek Palmer as they head towards the S's. So Ollie Taylor into second, he's 7 seconds behind the race leader already. There's no way he's going to catch Dan Lloyd surely in this one. There's Lewis Kent, so he keeps Palmer behind, but he drops behind Andreas Beckman. That was always ambitious for Lewis to go around the outside at Camp. That's a corner that you can't run side by side through, and you certainly don't want to be the car stuck on the dirty side of the road on the outside. Taylor already starting to gap Carl Swift. I'll be interested to see the lap times that he's doing compared to Dan Lloyd. Dan is still running in the low to mid 1 minute 8s, which is a good lap time around here. Down towards Camp they will come once again, and it's getting quite close now between the 2 Beckmans, isn't it? Looks to the inside down to the last corner. Oh, that was so nearly contact. Jessica slammed the door in his face. She was not going to let him through. Lead gap goes back out by 2/10 at the moment. Taylor can't quite match Dan Lloyd's lap times. So second place is as good as it will get for the Honda driver. Third place though, that's the question. Oh, Andreas, what a move that was on Jessica Beckman. Dives up the inside and takes 4th place way up at Quarry. I don't think she saw that one coming. She was preoccupied trying to find a way past Carl Swift, and Andreas just slid up the inside and takes over 4th position. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th all absolutely as one, because Carl Swift perhaps is just backing up the pack. 5-second penalty for Carl Swift. Track limits, we're getting notification on screen. That is a shame. So Carl Swift in 3rd position on the road, but on corrected times, he's not going to be 3rd position, he's going to be 8th position. All of the cars behind him are going to go ahead of him on corrected times. We've seen Lewis Kent run into tyre issues all season long. I wonder whether maybe that's what's happening here. As he's just, oh, in fact, he's off the place. Look, Lyons has gone through up at Quarry, so Stuart Lyons moves up another position now into 6th place. How much further can he get? He has not yet had a podium. He's the best finish of 4th so far this year to Stuart. He's now running in 6th, but he can see the cars in front. They're not that far ahead, and as long as his teammate Carl Swift keeps backing up the pack, then Stuart's got a really good chance to get up there and get a podium finish. There's Ollie Taylor, 2nd place for him, and I think he just needs to accept now that barring a safety car, 2nd place is as high as he's going to get. Car looking brilliant, and it's going really well as well so far. Then Andreas Beckman, then Jessica Beckman, then Stuart Lyons, Lewis Kent and Derek Palmer. Oh God, no! Into the back of Jessica Beckman, then both into the tyre wall heavily, and that was a long way back that Stuart Lyons made from. They're both in the tyres and both out of the race. Surely that will be the safety car that Ollie Taylor has been praying for. And well, I'd be interested to see a replay of that. there's Stuart, and in the background we can see Jessica out of the car, so they're both okay. Here it is. And he's close, isn't he? He goes for the inside. They just touch at the worst moment, though, and heavily into the tyre wall for the pair of them, but that was a big shunt. Look at the impact there. Head on for Stuart, rear end first for Jessica. Lights go out. The lights go out on the safety car all of a sudden. So we're good to go racing. So here we go. We're going to get a decent amount of racing in here. A good few laps remaining. And Dan Lloyd steps on it. Taylor didn't get a great restart. He's going to have Carl Swift for company on the run up towards the first corner. Keep an eye on that battle between Andreas Beckman and Lewis Kent there. That is for a podium position, essentially, with Carl Swift's time penalty. Lead gap was 1 second as they crossed the line. Taylor could have done with a better restart than that, but we've got 4 minutes still to go. What can he do over those remaining 4 minutes? Has he maybe saved the tyres? You can imagine Dan's been saving tyres as well. Lewis Kent was all over the place then as he went into quarry, but he's right on the tail of Andreas Beckman as they go down towards the S's, so the car's 4th and 5th in line, and Lewis Kent dives up the inside line. He's going to go through, I think. Lewis Kent, has he managed to go through into 4th place? Yes, he has. Beckman's on the grass. Did they make contact? Not too sure, but Kent has gone through, and Derek Palmer now is going to arrive with lots of momentum, and he's going to try and get past Beckman as well. But Lewis Kent 4th on the road, but that will be a podium finish once the 5 seconds are added on to Carl Swift's time. So a really important move they made there for Lewis Kent if he wants to get this second podium of the year. Out of tower, down towards Bobby's he goes, he throws the car in sideways. Oh no, he's off! Oh, Lewis Kent's onto the grass and Beckman goes back through. Would you believe he's thrown it all away? Well, Lewis Kent, all that hard work to get through, and he just ran straight off onto the grass. Dan Lloyd heads down in towards the final corner, and he is about to see the checkered flag for the 7th time. And this time there should be no appeal necessary. Fantastic result for Dan Lloyd. Great racing as well here this weekend at Castle Combe. A very dramatic race.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Been a bit of a tricky day, so over the moon with how I did that, you know, pull the gap, and I was you know, thinking about a safety car, but I just kept pushing. I wanted to pull the lead that I did, just to show people, you know.
Was it making a bit of a statement?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. We're carrying 60 kilos as well, and to pull that sort of a gap, I was just really pleased the way I drove. Like, every lap was within 2 tenths, and that's what I'm aiming to do, get that consistency. As always, massive thanks to the West Coast Racing team. Awesome job as usual.
Ollie, well done. 2nd for this race, a podium. But it's the first time we've seen you out the car since the changes happened to that first race. Congratulations on the first race win. You didn't get the result in the way you would like it, but you got that race win.
Definitely, which is great. It's great, yeah, great for me, great for the championship, great for the team. We've been working hard as always, and came to this weekend, you know, confident with the car and ability. And unfortunately, it ended the way it did. Yeah, would have liked to have come into the collection area and had a first place interview, first place podium, but points are points really. And yeah, it's been great for my championship and for TCR UK.
Well, Carl, we had the podium, and then I saw you running back, leaping for joy. 3rd place, it's been restored. Well done.
I am absolutely ecstatic. It's a shame that I missed the podium as well, because clearly watching the video there was no infringements of track limits, not even one, so I don't know where the 3 reports came from. The clerk of the course was more than happy, and so am I. 3rd place.
What's it mean to you, in reality, to get a podium here in TCR UK?
Everything, absolutely everything. And it's for the boys as well, more than anything.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here from Castle Combe. We'll see you next time at Alton Park.